I dragged this equation down. This is what I'm going to talk about in this page, and then we'll see what else I've got listed in here. But what we do is we look at the equation, the expression. It's not really an equation because it doesn't have an equal sign in it. The expression they give us. This is what we're getting the factors of. So whatever is the number by itself. And this is what it has to add to. Okay, so in 10.5b, if you did that, we had to do this. Write some factors down, figure out which ones add. Okay, so for this problem, we're finding the factors of 8 that add up to 6. All right, so we do the exact same thing that we did before. All right, and if you stick to this order in this system, no matter what factoring problem you encounter down the road, it'll work. Okay, there's a couple like steps that come before this with some of the super hard ones that you'll see. But this is the basic idea of once you mess around with it and get it into this form right here. All right, so step 1, the signs are the same because the 8's positive. All right, so usually what I'll do is right underneath here, I write down the word same, or I write down DIF for different. Step 2, you list the factors. All right, I'm going to show you exactly what I would normally do. So normally I would have this, I would list the factors 1 and 8 and 2 and 4. Okay. Step 3, since the signs are the same, so now step 3 is actually, I'm going to write down at the bottom here, add to 6. Okay, it's not really a step, but I usually write it down because I like everything to be in one area. All right, so since the signs are the same, we don't have to mess with any of the signs at all. Okay, then I'm going to see what they come out to be. This gives me 9 when I add it together. This gives me 6. All right, I wanted it to add to 6 positive. That's 6 positive, so those are my answers. All right, if I'm not convinced, off to the side, take them, multiply them. They give me 8, which is what it was supposed to give me, and then add them. Those are the 2 things that were supposed to happen, so those are what I get. So the factors I want are 2 and 4. And if you read down here a little bit farther, it says we finished by placing these in parentheses. Now, this is the part that will end up being a little goofy when you actually get to doing this, because with the stuff we're going to do, it's always going to be x plus or x and x in the beginning of the parentheses. That's not 100%. It's not even 100% true. It's not true for everything you factor. We are doing the basic initial level of factoring, and it's always true for anything that we are going to do. All right, so when you get your 2 factors, as I did right here inside this circle, you are going to very simply place them in 2 sets of parentheses, all right, where they are x plus or minus depending on what you got, and x plus or minus depending on what you got. This is a very, very simple thing to do if you take your time and practice it and do the same thing every time. All right, and that's the key, in my opinion, to any algebra is the more you can just do the same process every time, the easier your life is.